Hi, I'm Joan Carreras. I'm from Barcelona, town near Sabadell, and I'm a product designer, also a ceramicist and a baker. And now I'm working as a freelance. But my the project that I'm explaining to you is a personal project that sum up the last 2 years I've been working on ceramics and discovering this material and the possibilities that can give you. And also the pandemic period has to be in something like my project. And the aim of this project is the critique of the digitalization of the communication in which we have found ourselves in the last year. My proposal resides in creating a methodology that is based in the contact between bodies and the comfort of articulation and both communicative and affective. So the name of that project is Hieroglyphos, and it remains like the most ancient way to communicate by the Egyptians, and this graphic translation of the sound. Maybe that project is like an artistic project, but it's not finished yet. And I and it's based through the study of the body, no? Interpreting its lines, its structure, and everything that hides between what we see foreground, that what we see is the skin. But there is a structure in the backwards, and if you are able to interpret its curves, its radius, will allow you to get a deeper sonority and composition of what you are creating, no? And maybe it's not closed that project because I used my methodology to work with ceramics, and maybe I used that methodology to work with other kind of material. So that's the main claim in the final piece I've produced by this project. It's maybe what you see, no? Different words that maybe can be ordered in some way and another. So starting this project as an abstract project, I started like formalizing my learning and my experience and working in Aparato. Aparato is a design studio and a ceramics workshop that's located in Ruby, and I've been working there like for the last 2 years while I was studying, and we worked with brand label like Isabel Maran from Paris, Jacquemus, or Cosentino from Malaga. And that's a piece of, it was my reference, my boss, so I have that blog, but maybe that is where I started to mix ceramics and product design. So keeping going to that project, I picked the lines of the body and interaction between different bodies, and I started like creating some shapes between the interaction between the material and the body, no, to make it timeless, like a timeless body. That was the first pieces that came up to me. Like they are not fired yet, but they remains me like a bodies or the gesture that typefaces have in some ways. No, it's like I used a lot of ambiguity to create this project to get in the 3 or 4 worlds that I want to be in there. And so there's I invented maybe an abstract code that is communicated by a physical channel that are that pieces, and maybe you can see the reminiscence of hieroglyphics there in the book that I created. And that pieces that are only 4 modules create different pieces while you order in difference. And maybe it's like a way to communicate between bodies as a physical entities and a critique of that digitalization of the communication. And that are an examples of different play pieces.
Sorry, Joan.
One scale one.
Sorry, Joan. Your 5 minutes have finished.
Okay, so you can visit for more work there. Thank you.